Oh my goodness me, is it Christmas? It feels like it. Good morning, fellas. Good morning. It's the day after the live unboxing video, and I know there's a few people that were saying that live unboxing videos are boring if you don't catch them. I understand that. The whole point of the live thing is to obviously catch it and then get chatting in the chat whilst you're watching the video. It was longer than I anticipated, but there were quite a few people joined us. I think there was at a peak there was 100 people watching, which is fantastic. I don't know what happened with the scheduling. They said, I put it down at 8 PM and YouTube dicked it over. It was telling people it was 3 AM, then it was 4 AM. I think I even had a look and it was midnight. So if I ever do a live video again, I'm going to plan it and pop it in a video post letting you know. I've just got the other kettle out because we only unboxed one of them, and I don't know whether you can see it. There it is, look. So you know, this is it. This is what the new brewery is going to look like. They look good together. I think they look friggin' good together. So what I'm going to do today is I've got my PBW, got my PBW. We're going to wash everything. I'm going to take these to bits, these half-inch ball valves. I'm going to take them all to bits, give them all a good wash, rinse everything off, and then I'm going to passivate everything with Star San, and basically just put everything that comes with the mash tun and the boil kettle and the HLT, the kettles, basically just put everything together that come with them today. And I think I'm going to then get them on the workbench here and see what they're going to look like. If there's anything you want me to make a video on or get up and close with certain bits of the pots or the mash tun, then let me know in the comments and I'll do it. Let's crack on and get some cleaning done and put the pots together.
Wow.
Taking shape. It's definitely taking shape. So we've got the two kettles now with both ball valves stripped, cleaned. They've been put back together. I do like the fact that you can strip these ball valves down. That's something I've not been used to before, because I've been on these tiny little things which you can't really strip down to get into, so that's going to be brilliant for cleaning. And the fact that with the O-rings how they are, set for the job, purposely made for sealing, instead of these what I made out of cookie sheet silicone, and then of course with the nuts on the inside like that, they're easy to unscrew, to take out, to do a full clean, which is one of the main things that I had on my mind with the old pots. Is I wouldn't dare unscrew anything to take it out, because I was I was very lucky at getting things to seal to start with, so I didn't want to mess around with it, and it was always playing on my mind that I couldn't get to clean things as well as I'd like to. So that's the bonus with these. We've added the plugs for the minute, so we're going to have the thermal wells going in here, and the recirculation bulkheads will go in here, but for the time being we've just plugged the holes up, because we're going to be washing the pots and doing a leak test. I have put in the trub dam into this kettle. It's so easy, well, I say so easy, but it's much easier to take in and out than putting in the hot blocker and then getting the brass nuts on the copper pipes that I did have and sort of screwing them up. This just literally pushes in like so, and it's done. There is about 10mm gap from the base of the kettle to the pickup tube. Yeah, I've just cleaned this one. In they go like so. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how these work, these trub dams. So hopefully, now there's nothing in here, there's no hot blocker, big hot blocker that's going to stop a good whirlpool. I'm hoping to get a nice cone in the middle. I'm possibly just going to get a stainless steel sieve when I run off into the bucket. If anything does sneak through, which it won't hold everything back, it holds the majority of it back. The stainless steel sieve will catch what does go through. They're ready to be cleaned. They're looking good. We need to start on this now. So I'm going to strip down this. You won't see it because you've already seen me do one. Strip down that and get it in the PBW. Same with the bulkhead. Do the same with that. Get it nice and clean. And then we're going to give everything a good wash on the outsides, and then passivate with Star San. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to look like together over there. But I think I'm going to get rid of this shelf here, get rid of that, and I'm thinking of possibly altering the workbench, cutting it there and lifting that side so I can get the fridge underneath, so that I can get to all three pots and get the fridge out of the way. That's what I'm just playing around with in my head. Oh my goodness me! Swig of the old coffee. And we'll start to get things cleaned for the mash tun now. So I've got the bulkheads in there soaking. I must say, they send a spare O-ring for every O-ring that you use. Bing, 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 bing. Last night after the live cast, I just put the batteries in this thermometer that we won't be using. It come with two spares, and it wasn't working, so I thought the batteries weren't in it, but they do ship it with the batteries in, and the two batteries were dead, which is handy. So but anyway, regardless, we're not using that when we get the system up and running, because we're just going to stick Probio like that straight into there. But I need to undo this. There we go. So this is the thermal well for the mash tun, which looks the nuts. Let that have a clean, and I'll wash the false bottom as well, which really does slide in there quite nicely. And there's the runoff underneath the false bottom. This looks good for the ball valve for the mash tun. It completely strips down to its bare components, so you can even get the ball out if you wish to. Give everything a real good clean. Everything strips down. Probably is the same for the kettles, but I didn't take these out, so I would assume that they all do the same, which is fantastic for keeping everything super clean. Give this a good wash down, because there's some, I don't know what that is on there. There's some crud on here. I ain't sure what it is, but it flicks off. So you get rid of that. It's on here as well, so I don't know if it's some sort of I don't know, something from the welding process. Who knows? I don't know. But once that's cleaned up, that's back together, they've had a good wash, I'll rinse them off, give them a good dry, and then we can wash all this pot out, give it all a good rinse off. We've got the bulkhead. The bulkhead fitting now that comes with the 10-gallon mash tun. I don't think it used to, but it does now. So put the O-ring on. It goes in from the outside. Like so. And then the nut tightens up. That's the bulkhead. There you go, that's the bulkhead in. Now, the thermal well. Here we go, so that just slides in from inside. Like so. And the nut just tightens up, presses up against that silicone O-ring in there, and that's it. Thermal well, bulkhead. I'm just going to put some PTFE tape and thread on the ball valve. Like that. A quick recap. We have got to give this a bit of a clean up. Just a quick wash. Just doing it in case there's any machining residue or oils or anything like that. So we've cleaned all the ball valves, put the plugs in for the kettles. We've just put the tap on, as you've seen, and we've got thermal well fitted and the bulkhead fitted, which might need a bit of a tighten up, but I've not overdone it. So later, for me, I will give them a good clean, and then we'll do a leak test, see if we've got any leaks, see if we need to tighten up anywhere. But she's looking good so far. All that's left to do is to now obviously leak test everything, just to make sure everything's nipped up enough, and then wash them and give them a passivation. It's not going to hurt to get it done right away, because they recommend passivating once a year. So I wanted to try to get across on the video definitely my thoughts on them as we go through the build. But straight away I can see that they are well made. They look good. Everything looks solid. I know people people say everything looks heavy and whatnot, and they do. The lids are nice and weighty, but they're not too heavy. But they don't feel flimsy. They don't feel like they're going to bend or anything, because obviously they're not. But everything feels substantial without adding ridiculous weight to everything. There's no defects on them. There's no dings on them. There's no dints on any of them. I'm impressed with the ball valves, for definite, and I know that's it's not just SS BrewTech, it's that type of ball valve which I'm not used to. But being able to strip them down, and it's an easy job. It's not a big job at all. 4 nuts on the bolts, and everything comes to bits, so you can get into to clean them. That's what I was missing before. You can actually get the ball completely out. I'll have a look on the kettles once we start getting brewing. They've had a good enough clean for me, but they're going to do, I'm thinking, the same as what the mash tun's done, which is everything comes out, the ball and everything, which you've seen that already. That's a fantastic feature, peace of mind for keeping things nice and clean. The mash tun is solid. It feels solid. It's weighty, it's not over the top heavy. It probably weighs the same as the keg that I'm using for a mash tun now. You can pick it up, you can definitely tell you've got hold of it. It is weighty, but it's not over the top. The build quality on this is, off the bat, looks fantastic. It looks really good, even down to the false bottom. It just feels solid, feels really solid, and even when they've tacked the handle on, it's nice and clean. You can't see anything that's rough that might harbour anything. I mean, it's going to get cleaned anyway, but you get what I'm saying. Nothing's warped, and it feels good and solid. I really love the seal that goes around this. It's got like a thinner blade on it, and when you put it into the pot, it bends this blade up on the side of the wall, and it creates a really good seal by the looks of things. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what it actually performs like. I'm really looking forward to it now. I know it's quite a long way away to getting a first brew done on and already I'm really like excited to do it. I really want to just get stuck into it. But everything just feels nice and solid. It's a good piece of kit. That's what I'm getting first impressions wise. So that's about it. That about wraps it up. I'm gonna, like I say, do the clean, do the leak tests probably in the week. I'll put a very, very short video together when I do that, just to keep you informed. I like the fact, I know I've said it before, but I like the fact that every time a seal is used on the pots, they send you a spare, which is fantastic. And that about wraps up this first impressions. Now we've got everything on them that comes with them. So I'm going to now sit them on the bench and see what they look like. There you go, boys. There you go, boys and girls. So I think that's how I'm going to have them set up. I think I'm going to get rid of the HLT on that stand. I don't need to gravity feed anything because I've got 2 pumps, and I like the fact that I can have everything on the flat like that. So I'm going to get rid of that. Obviously that keg's going, but I'm going to get rid of that shelf, and then so I can get to the tap a little bit more easily, I'm going to think about moving this fermentation fridge and sticking it under there. So I'd have to cut this worktop, rejig the frame so that it stands taller, so I can slide this under, and then it's completely out of the way, and we can have a full full access to all of this. So that's how she's looking so far, fellas. Taps are on, ball valves are on, everything's in, and that's it. Oh, I'm so glad the bulkhead came with it. But that's it, fellas. That is it. So I'm going to wrap it up. leave it there for now. So as always guys, don't forget to follow us for the creators all. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Click your mom's house for the next show video. We're all just saying until next time, I'm out of here.